What is up, guys? This is Mark with Mike, and this is another MorphinCast by Recycling Inc. I'm Mark with Mike. I'm joined by Tenacious T.
I am always here.
And today, we have our 10th Power Rangers series that we'll be reviewing. That was the 10th anniversary show. The first of Disney. The Disney run of Power Rangers.
As I look at you, and when you mention the word Disney, it just plummets in my eyes.
Yeah.
Their stock just dropped so bad.
You know, honestly, I will say, to be honest, I think there's more Disney era Ranger shows we like more than the Saban era.
Well, yeah, like Ninja Storm and stuff like that, and I forgot when Saban took it back.
Saban took it back at Samurai.
At Samurai, okay, so
I liked RPM.
RPM,
I love
RPM
SPD.
was cool. SPD, well, SPD and Ninja Storm are like the top.
Yeah.
Of
Dino
like
Thunder.
shows, you know, Dino Thunder's cool. You know what I mean? So like, I will give it. Maybe this was their test run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because this was just them getting the brand and buying it, and then, but you can tell there's such a Disney aspect to
There's
it.
a more especially with the girl.
I was waiting for like a Mickey Mouse cloud in the sky or something because it pokes into everything. But
So yeah, this is the 10th season of Power Rangers. 40 episodes. This was the 10th anniversary, so we got our first like big anniversary special with the Forever Red episode, which is probably, honestly, if you go through the team ups, it's probably the better team up. But this time I watched it again, and I see a lot of flaws into it.
you know,
it was fun though.
I feel like that was the whole case for the entire show for me, because our first time around, go and check that cast out. First time around, I was very, because it was fresh to this, you know what I mean, and it was my first take, so I took it for what it was at the time.
Yeah.
Now I'm diving back into it with a whole new eye.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is years later that we're doing this, and now I'm critiquing more, and instead of just settling, be like, oh, it was cool and this and that and like that. I'm like, no, now you're gonna really get the review.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, so again, Power Rangers WildForce. This was more of a jungle-based series. Started February 9th to November 16th of 2002. Haku Sentai Goro Ranger is the Super Sentai version of this, which we will be reviewing next, which I'm actually looking forward to more.
I already know, without even knowing a single thing about the show, that I already know I'm going to like it better than this show.
And, this is the first big run of Disney. And it was funny because I think I was listening back to our cast. I was talking about like how it transitioned, because the beginning of this series started on Fox. Yeah. And towards the middle of the series, it went to ABC, then JetX and ABC Family and stuff like that.
See, I totally forgot it was on Fox. I don't even.
It was like the first 10 episodes.
For some reason, I always thought it was on like Channel 7.
Power Rangers was always on Channel 5 for a long time.
Yeah, I remember like the Mighty Morphin time, but like I don't recall as time went by, because I wasn't watching it at this time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. True. I was completely past it. Yeah, so Fox. I remember that back in the day after school, watching every single day. So
yeah. So I'll give you a little synopsis of what's going on. The series follows the adventures of Cole Evans, who has been staying in a tribe for many years as he tries to find his destiny to a fictional town called Turtle Cove. He encounters the Animarium, a place that many believe to be a fairy tale. He joins the others who are a common path to become the new leader of the WildForce Power Rangers. That's kind of like the synopsis of his character. The Power Rangers use their powers to defeat the forces of the Org led by Master Org, as Cole was fond of animals, and he could actually talk to them and things like that. Yeah, actually hear.
He had a sixth sense.
Yeah. So Master Org is pretty much the main villain of this series. There's a lot of Org-like. They all have horns. They all have like a unicorn.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I thought that was one of the most corniest things of the entire show. Is horns. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I just didn't get it. I understand. Yeah. In the lore of them, like their horns symbolize power and stuff like that. Like the bigger the horn and
more power you had.
Exactly. So I get that. It's just I don't know. It was just that was a total miss to me. You know.
So I'll introduce you to our Rangers. Cole Evans as the red. You have Taylor Earnhardt as yellow. Max Cooper as blue. Danny Diablo as black. White is Alyssa Ernie. And Lunar Wolf is Maverick Bolton.
Who's your favorite character?
Maverick Bolton.
Who's your favorite character? Who'd you tolerate the most?
I liked Merrick a lot.
I liked Merrick. I just hated his clothes and I hated his hair.
Yeah.
His hair bugged the crap out of me. Because I sort of have the similar hair right now.
Yeah.
I've been growing it out. I mean, slick back right now. But when it's down low, I just like, why do you have like gray stripes in the front and the rest of your head is fine?
Yeah.
Like, was that the hairstyle 3,000 years ago?
I guess so. Cole was alright. I didn't mind Cole.
I didn't mind. I felt like he was a good leader.
Yeah. He put a lot.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of passion with him.
Yeah.
I thought that some episodes he overacted a lot. You know, now that's just him as an actor. But that's also been the formula. Obviously, I'm looking at this as an adult, and I'm really being, like over analyzing it, and it's just like I keep forgetting it's for kids.
Yeah.
It's for kids. The demographic is like 5 to 11, 12. You know what I mean? It's like not supposed to be a 34-year-old man watching Power Rangers. So I mean, I did like him. There were certain episodes that I enjoyed more, but then sometimes it's just I couldn't really stand him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was hit or miss. It was like 50-50 with him.
I didn't mind him. I liked the Blue Ranger. Didn't care for we always had issues with his costume, but I thought he was okay. He was in the
I liked him outside of the suit more than inside the suit.
I felt he had the most personality besides the White Ranger.
Because he was a kid. You know what I mean? And I got the things that he was doing. You know what I mean? Like he wanted more. He was fighting harder. He put a lot of heart into it for somebody that was so young. You know what I mean? Like I'm not sure exactly what age he was, but I'm
he was supposed
assuming
to be
and he's in his teenage. You know what I mean? And everybody else were adults because the Yellow Ranger is a fighter pilot.
Yeah.
So she had to have been in her late 20s, probably.
She had to be. She was in Air Force and shit.
Yeah, to even fly planes, you have to go through years and years of training.
And then White Ranger was a college student.
Yeah, so the demographic, the range of age is crazy.
And then the Black Ranger. Black Ranger I wasn't a big fan of, but he again. I think I put this in the original cast is that he reminded me of Colossus.
Yeah, I think in the original cast I liked him more than I do now.
Yeah.
Because he was just so monotone, like...
He gave up so fast.
I know, but he was such a big dude, I felt like he should have took more of a role of, like, the body, of, like, the mountain, you know what I mean? Like, as a Game of Thrones term, you know what I mean? Like, be that guy that... maybe protected the Blue Ranger.
That's why I see he was.
But he was like a big softy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's basically what he was.
Yeah, that's why. I think in the first cast I characterized him as Colossus because Colossus is the same thing. He's like very.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean.
So
he should be a lot more badass, but then he is. Don't get me wrong, but he's like educated in like proper manners and stuff like that,
artsy and shit.
Yeah,
and then Elise. I like Elise. I thought
the
she
White
was
Ranger.
Okay. Yeah,
I liked her a lot.
She cried a lot.
She might have, but she's a woman. I'm no offense to the women out there. I'm not trying to be sexist in any way, but but she had a lot. She accented her animal very well. She had a lot of pride, and that was her. Her Zord and everything.
And I think she probably had the best costume.
She has hands down best helmet.
Yeah.
I would buy that helmet. I would wear that helmet.
Yeah.
A man can pass for wearing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I thought that was a unisex helmet. That was pretty cool.
And then, pretty much kind of like our Zordon character or
I forgot the Yellow Ranger.
Princess Shayla.
Forgot the Yellow Ranger.
A Yellow Ranger fucker.
It's funny because in our first cast we actually liked her, and we both agreed that she's just a bitch. But she stopped being a bitch halfway through it. In the beginning, she was.
I think she was honestly, if I have to describe her too, is she's Captain Marvel.
Yeah, no, I didn't even think of it like that. But towards the end, literally the last episode when she came walking out, to like her jet, it was so Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Of nowadays, you know what I mean?
No, she reminds me 100% of Cara Danvers. So I was like, yeah, that's Captain Marvel.
She could have played it too. She could have played that role.
Yeah. So I like the Rangers. They weren't a bad team.
I thought they went well together. Even their flaws as actors sort of complemented each other because I felt like they all had flaws in acting.
Yeah.
I don't think they were the creme de la creme of the bunch.
Yeah, but we're talking about Power Rangers
exactly
in general, like no
after
one's a good
school
actor.
stuff. You know what I mean?
We had many seasons with bad acting,
and some of them get worse as we go.
Exactly.
So it only shows you
exactly.
But then you got to look at the attention span of a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want that overacting and dramatic, but like dramatic in a kid form.
Anyway, then we had Princess Shayla, which is the
mentor,
the Disney princess.
Yeah, she was like a mixture of a lot of Disney princesses.
Yeah.
All useless.
Didn't care for the singing. She sang a lot,
oh, man.
especially in the beginning of the show.
We have to sing to the deers tomorrow, Merrick.
But
yeah,
I understand.
there was only one episode where she kicked ass in one episode. That's when she was going up against it's funny because Toxica.
Toxica, yeah.
And Toxica turned like, "Oh, you could fight?" She's like, "Yeah, bitch, I just choose not to."
Yeah.
But she like I don't know. She was pointless to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then we had the Forever Red episode, so we get reintroduced to a bunch of Red Rangers. We'll talk about that later when we hit the.
We got Merrick, who basically was Princess Shayla's protector 3,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And he's still 3,000 years later sworn to protect her.
Yeah.
Yo, she toyed with him and played with him so much, like emotionally wise. You could tell he was in love with her.
Yeah.
And she knew it. And I felt like she used that to get what she wanted. She used the power of the...
Yeah.
And he never got it, man. I was just so upset.
Yeah.
Like, you could at least got one kiss.
Nah, he didn't get none.
She upsetted me very much.
He got none. Yeah, but I like this character. I like his suit. I thought he was cool. Ranger. I liked his specials too with the whole... I felt like every person, all their weapons was some kind of like arcade game weapon.
So, yeah, sort of.
Because, like, if you think about it, the red was a boxing machine.
I forget everything. They didn't use it enough, but...
Yeah. Yellow had the daggers. It was kind of like the darts.
They all had like a Green Ranger's dagger.
No, I'm talking about their main.
Yeah,
their
I
weapon.
know what you mean, but each of them had.
But I'm talking about their weapon, they all kind of had like a arcade thing, and then they had the basic, which was the dagger, and then they had a gun. They all have a gun. The dagger, that's what had the animal jewel.
That was so stupid. It was just there was a lot of biting off of a lot of seasons.
We'll get to that. But that was something that I kind of like just hint because he had a pull stick. He did the pull. And
one thing I did like, I liked their wardrobe. I liked their jackets.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I thought they were pretty cool.
I hated the fact that they were like hiding that they were Rangers and they secret, but you're wearing a.
You're basically promoting.
You're wearing.
You are a billboard to being a Ranger.
That actually really annoyed me. They were like, and I'm like,
oh no, don't say that out loud.
Don't wear your jacket out there.
Change your clothes. I hated Merrick's outfit. I hated it.
Yeah.
Because it looked like Teen Wolf, like a Teen Wolf jacket, like he was promoting Teen Wolf. Because in the back it said Howling Wolf.
Howling Wolf.
If you know there's a Wolf Ranger and somebody's walking around in those colors and it says Howling Wolf on the back of it, I think of one of two things: one, a gang member, or two, a bowler.
And it was not like it wasn't not like they just shouted out there what they were like every single time they had a chance.
Oh yeah, no, they screamed that shit.
Exactly. So I was like, yo, the whole secret identity shit really pissed me off.
They didn't need it.
Yeah, it was just like
at all
dumb shit.
You could have walked around with your suit on without the helmet. That's one thing I realized didn't have really too much of. There wasn't any scenes of them with their helmets off.
There's like one big
scene.
Suit. There's like one big scene.
But like we usually in our seasons we get like 3 or 4 episodes where we see something like that.
Yeah.
But this like I don't even recall that episode.
It was one of the last episodes and one of the beginning episodes they did it when they were all teamed up.
Okay, I just there was a lot of episodes that just didn't care about. And
let's go on to. I kind of want to talk about the Megazord because the Megazord is very. It's kind of as much as like we didn't like the CGI and things like that, but it's kind of the star of the show, in a way, because the gems and they had to find all the gems and things like that. It was pretty much the plot line for the first like 12 episodes.
Yeah.
It was them getting the dino gem, the animal gems, and them finding the elephant and the bears and
just building up their squad.
It kind of gave me a Pokemon vibe. In a way.
It definitely did, and I remember you telling me that at work, and after you said that, it was clear as day. That was literally.
And they all had to earn their weapon.
Exactly, and like the animals didn't just trust.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you had to earn it. Like
even Red Lion didn't.
The Red Lion seeked him out, but he had to earn it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody did. Like the further along they went, they had Zords that were meant for other people.
Yeah.
And that had to switch sides. So they fought, and they got it. It's just I fucking hate the Zords, man. I really do. The whole CG is just a waste of time to me. It really is. Every single time I see Cole talking to the Red Lion, I'm just like, it would be so much cooler if it actually was like a Zord.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of just a CG thing, and it really bugged the crap out of me.
Yeah.
And I know I said this our first time around, but it was just so dumb. Like the logic in putting the Zords together, right? So now these Zords are living creature Zords. So they're machines that are alive. So basically they are AI.
Kind of remind me of Zoo Ranger.
Yeah, no, in a way, yeah. I didn't even think of that. But this was just a poorly executed version of that.
Yeah.
Where in Zoo Ranger they were gods.
Yeah, the Annihilus was the god, and then he had the other animals.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they were praised as gods. You know what I mean? Like they were protectors, and I get that.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
Yeah.
I can see the route that they went.
Yeah.
I think that maybe they were just really victims of the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where the infancy of CG.
Yeah.
Which I remember CG in a couple episodes, a couple seasons before this that sucked, but it was still better than this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just the combination of the animals put together in the Zord.
Yeah.
Like, when they thought this up, did they think it was cool? I swear they didn't think no toy line. There's no way you were going to tell me that you thought that an alligator head is supposed to be in the center of a chest and stick out further than your arms do.
Again, I think we're going more to it. Like, it is still a kid
But
show.
it's just so dumb.
Yeah.
If I watched this as a kid, I would have thought that was dumb.
Yeah.
Because I'm a lot. I understand. I'm a child now. I'm thinking like a kid. Like, why is there a big alligator mouth that if you swung and punched, you'd probably punch the alligator?
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, would you sumo wrestling and belly bopping and shit like that? Like, it just makes no sense.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for harping on this so much, but it needs to be said, bro. It sucks.
Yeah.
The original Zords suck. Now they do get better.
Yeah.
I will give that. You know what I mean? Like when the Lunar came in and stuff like that, so much better.
I did like I like the design of the Megazord. I like the way it looked.
Well, the original one.
I like the Megazords.
Yeah.
I think the Megazords, I thought they all looked pretty decent. I liked the Congo Zord, the Congo Megazord.
Congo was cool. I didn't mind
like
it.
Spartan. I liked the Hawk one.
It was like a green Donkey Kong coming through and busting ass, you know?
I liked the Hawk one. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's
I thought the Megazords were cool. But it came in the Zords, it was just like, CGI wasn't that great. It wasn't. I'm very interested now to see what Sentai does with it, and if his Sentai is still as much CGI as in this, or if they do it a little differently.
I hope there's none, because you can see the transition between actual Zord, like physical, made, and then the CG.
Yeah.
Like, it would switch from CG to Zord to CG again. Like, it just... that's irritating.
Yeah. So
it's
we're gonna
inconsistent.
See. Yeah, I'm interested to see what Sentai does, but I wasn't crazy about the Zords either, especially when, again, it was like a very Pokemon-ish thing. I was fine with it. I understood what they were doing going with it, but Yeah, the CGI wasn't executed.
I thought the best Zord was Animantium, whatever his name was.
Yeah, Animus.
Animus.
Yeah.
I think he was the best one. He looked dope.
Yeah.
I would have bought that toy.
Yeah, he looked like
He
like
looked
Optimus Prime
bad.
looking.
He looked badass. He sounded like fucking Mufasa.
I hated the kid though.
Oh my god.
Fuck Kite.
Yeah. I think I hate him more than the Zords.
I hated Kite. I hated the two kid twins. We hate children actors in these shows. I really do.
Yeah, but I think Kite takes the cake, man.
Yeah, I hated Kite.
I like Justin better, and I hate Justin.
Yeah.
At least Justin held like a real purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Kite. Like
So-
what? The first thing you saw was a kite, and you named yourself Kite.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
And everybody called him Kite, and to the point that it like stuck.
Yeah. So we had a bunch of Megazords in this, going from the WildForce Megazord to the Dark Predazord to the Isis Megazord to Animus, and then the Kongazord. So there was a lot of Megazords, a lot of different styles. They all kind of combined and everything like that. And even to the end when they all like just made one giant fucking conglomerate of Zords and whatnot. Again, it wasn't not the best execution of the Zords. Usually, when we get to the Sentais, that's when we actually find the
Even to
appreciation
the
for them.
build up of making the Zords was horrible.
Yeah,
Flying sharks.
yeah.
You could have made them like jumping in the water
Or street sharks in the ground.
Yeah, you know that would have made more sense.
Yeah.
And the fact of having now these are living creatures now. Keep
Yeah.
in mind, your hands are the heads.
Yeah,
So you're basically beating the crap out of every time you punch something. You're punching the nose of the shark.
I'm just saying, but like the elephants have hard ass heads. So that's gonna be a hard ass punch.
Well, also that was used as the shield.
Yeah,
Which was such a bite off
yeah.
of
Megazord,
the original Megazord.
Yeah.
Mighty Morphins, which I thought that looked cool.
Yeah.
I went out with that completely fine.
Yeah.
But to have heads,
Yeah,
a shark head, and I forget what the other one was,
that
the tiger head.
Tiger head,
The white tiger head. Like, now these are living creatures.
and then the two bears.
Did they walk off with black eyes and broken noses?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was.
They're like,
It just,
"Oh,
I
my
hate
God."
it. It just looks so bad.
They got headaches and shit. after the
Like, so
fight.
if they're holding a sword, are they opening up their mouth and holding it with their mouth?
I don't know. They just like pop it on
But
top.
you see where I'm going. Like,
Yeah, yeah, I
it's
got
just
you.
it's the execution and the thought behind it. I felt like they would just. Now, Power Rangers was on the outs at this time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
it just Disney just picked it up. So
with the hopes of trying to.
it was
revive
kind of a reboot, per se. It's a reboot per se, but it was a way to get fans back, and that's the reason why I think they went kind of in the Mighty Morphin route. Like, if you ever look at like, how the Zords were combined and things like that.
Yeah.
And that's probably why like the elephant looked like the Mighty
It
Morphin.
went like an updated for
Yeah.
that time.
Again, it's 10
Mighty
years.
Morphin, in a way.
So I think that's where they were going with.
I felt like they took bits and pieces of what they thought was cool in
Yeah.
each show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because
Because there was a lot of Lost Galaxy in it.
Yeah. So we went to the Zords. Not crazy about we're not crazy about the Zords in general, like how it is. I didn't mind the design of the Megazords themselves. I thought they were fine looking. It's like, especially when it's the costume part where they're actually fighting and things like that. I wasn't a big fan of the CGI here and there. The poor armadillo getting kicked all the damn time.
I just didn't understand the scene of the
Yeah.
armadillo with the stadium. I didn't understand
It
it.
was just supposed to be like a soccer
It
stadium.
was just, but I hope it makes more sense.
Yeah.
In Sentai.
Yeah.
Because it literally is. There's crowds going wild and like.
It's just supposed to be a soccer setting. It's
was
supposed to be
just
more.
so-
Of it.
it was just so
I
dumb.
honestly don't think the monster sees the crowd. I think it's just like the visual part of what it is.
It was just horrible. Hate it.
Going to the suits. We have a unique looking suits this time around. It was like all solid color, and then they had the gold trim.
Yeah.
I didn't mind them.
I didn't mind the suits at all.
Suits
I'll
were
be honest
not
with
bad.
you.
I liked the little highlights they had in the helmets, especially the pink. The pink probably had the best helmet, but like the red had the gold trim. Yellow had the white. Blue had white, and Bison had black.
I hated the cockpit of the Zords, but I liked the way the suits looked in the Zords zoomed in. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, I really liked the red.
Yeah.
I liked the Red Ranger's helmet a
Yeah.
lot, and the reason why is because obviously that's Sentai footage in it,
Yeah.
and with the background of where he's standing, it just popped, and it
Yeah.
worked. It worked
Yeah.
really good, but the cockpit of it was stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That whole aspect. But the only helmet I didn't like was
Yeah,
the
like
blue.
shark, yeah.
It was the blue.
I
It
didn't
just-
mind it. I figured what
all
it
you do
was.
is get rid of the fins on the side.
Yeah.
That's it. I feel like he would hit his shoulders.
He could have just had the.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
I think he still could have had the fin,
but then he would have looked like
side
Street
part.
Sharks too
Yeah.
a little bit. You know what I mean?
And then you had the bison. He had the little horns, the little
Like
bitty horns.
suit wise, it was fine. That
Those suits are
was
cool.
what I wanted in a Power Ranger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Helmets worked. It was very Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They each had their own animal.
Yeah.
And it went back to that.
Yeah.
You know, because we only had that in Mighty Morphin. Everything else was.
Other things. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, space was space.
We haven't
helmet
gone
is
back to
amazing.
animals since then. Like animal, like you're morphing into an animal.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of.
You had
Lost
animal
Galaxy sort of
Zords?
had a little bit.
Huh?
They sort of a little bit. Like they had the accent of a lion and a gorilla and stuff
No,
like that.
but they did the in Lost Galaxy they had like the
But a
animals.
little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a little off.
Yeah, that
It
was the
looked-
last one that
It
actually
looked
had
more like
animals.
tiki guys, tiki heads of the animals.
But that was
This
the last
was-
one to have animals.
This one was full blown. And if the Yellow Ranger suit wasn't Jetman,
Yeah.
which we all know in watching
Yeah.
the history of it,
Yeah,
that
it looked a lot
it was
like
used
Jetman.
numerous times. That look, but I like that. I thought it was refreshing.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah, the suits were cool. Probably one. It was good looking suits. All right, let's go to the villains. We have Master Org that looked like a homeless dude. He looked like what Yamato Squishy would look like.
I think that is Yamato Squishy's like cousin or something.
Yeah.
I understand him, but I literally can't stand why he is the way he is.
Yeah.
His whole story is, all right, so Cole's parents and him, they were like archaeologists kind of things,
Yeah.
but they weren't like digging for stuff. They were just trying to find things in the jungles and stuff. And he, you know, he had a hand in everything. And he was in love with Cole's mother and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He put all the blame on them for his lack of exposure and lack of love. But if you really looked at it, he just didn't have the balls enough to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
He didn't stand up and talk in front of the conference. He didn't stand up and try and woo the woman before the other guy did. You can't blame Cole's parents for that. You know what I mean? Like, he literally blamed his failures on them when he just did not have the guts and the fortitude to make it happen. So he was so butthurt over that. You know what I mean? And which obviously now we know he's a human. His whole thing throughout the whole show was that he was posing as an org.
Yeah, in the beginning.
A majority of the show.
Yeah.
Majority of the show.
And then,
Towards the end,
Alcina
like I liked him
Kong.
at the last couple episodes.
Yeah.
Because he was Master Org then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But for a villain wise, he sucked. He was bad.
And then we had two of the main. Honestly, I say they were two of the stars of the villain side. It was
They were the
Gendrix and
comic relief.
Toxica. They were comic relief, but I think they actually had one of the best storylines too.
No, they did. I enjoyed them very much.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun characters. I liked the Gendrix design. He looked like a jester, court jester.
Yeah. Well, and I said this in the first cast.
Yeah.
He looked like, if you guys ever seen the movie Puppet Masters.
Yeah, he looks like.
He looks exactly like the white-faced puppet.
Yeah.
And I remember re-listening to the cast recently.
Yeah.
He definitely does have an 80s suit going on.
Yeah.
He really does.
Yeah.
Toxica, I thought she was cool.
Very Rita Repulsa like.
Very, just with a horn on her head.
Yeah. Then we had Ranthrax, Nazor. Nazor was a weird looking mother. He had like eyeballs in his nose.
Now he was the
big nose
the
thing.
Master
with the
Org
two
thing
big
that came
ears.
after him.
He was the beginning.
The beginning. Okay, yeah.
He was
yeah,
that
yeah,
big
yeah.
green thing.
Yeah. I mean, they were just like fillers to me. You know what I mean?
He was just a weird character. Like he was a big nose. That he had eyeballs in his nostrils, and then he was like two big ears.
Now, like after they got rid of Master Org, what was the name of that dude that came?
I think that was Ranthrax or
Right.
Malachor.
That man had like 12 mouths.
Yeah. So one thing I noticed, it was like he was like all mouths. The nasal was all noses and
So it's
ears.
all senses.
And then the other one I forgot was all eyeballs and shit.
See, now, what failed with me with them is the voice actors who did it.
Yeah.
They were just, like, so corny and, like, there was no, like, fierce tones. They're supposed to be fucking monsters, like beasts, you know what I mean? The only person that we got, like, some real fierce, which I know me and you agree completely.
we're gonna get into him.
Is probably the best thing in the entire show.
Yeah, from 12 until 16.
Man, even the last episode when he appeared for 2 seconds at the end.
Yeah. Zanaku.
Zanaku.
Zanaku was the best villain in the show.
He's probably
100%.
top 5 best in the entire shit.
Yeah, and he's probably one of the coolest.
And he's more of a henchman than he is like a master villain.
I wouldn't even say a henchman. He's more like a... He's like on his own. He's like a mercenary in that sense.
Bro,
he didn't work for nobody.
So badass.
He even looked pretty badass. Even with the horn, he still looked pretty badass.
Everything about him, like, but the way he sounded, the voice, and that's where I'm getting at with the other monsters. It's just like, I can't believe that you're this all-powerful being and I'm supposed to be scared of you when you sound like a herb. You know what I mean? Like, you sound dumb.
Yeah.
Like, I apologize for being so negative, but I don't at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, I want to say good things. Yeah. But I can't. My being inside me right now is refusing to believe any of this nonsense.
Yeah. Doom is like ripping up paper, so if you hear
Doom is upset too.
She's like, "I'm Zanaku.
I will grow to be Zanaku."
Yeah, if you're gonna go into the series, Zanaku is probably the best thing out the series. Like his whole storyline with Merrick and everything, even the one he came back to fight Merrick.
Yes,
those were probably some of the highlights. Some of the highlighted episodes were those.
I could talk for an hour on just him. Yeah, alone.
So he was a fun character. His weapons were dope. Him playing the flute was dope, and just everything.
The fact that he changes with the moon. Yeah. You know what I mean? So when it's a new moon and there's no moon, that's when we realize that he's an actual person, which is Merrick, and he has no recollection of what's going on. Yeah. You know what I mean? So as time goes by, as the moon gets fuller and fuller, he has more and more strength. Yeah. He was like a mixture of... He had such evil Green Ranger in him, man. Like, I loved every second of him.
He was the highlight. I'll say 100%. He was the highlight of the show.
He stole the show.
We need a side character. Lightning Collection. Can we get Zanaku, please?
I know you guys have been listening.
I say, I straight up. I could take a two pack with Merritt and Zanaku.
A Lunar Wolf and
Zanaku.
100%. I could also do a Toxica.
Toxica and Gendrick. Yeah,
I can do that. I don't think they will do that.
I would love to see
I don't
that.
think they're as popular as characters.
Actually, surprisingly, they are. They are.
I don't know any of this. So
WildForce is surprisingly, WildForce is a popular season. So like even the characters in the Sentai are very popular. So I can see that actually.
It's funny, like the popular ones that me and you we review. We don't like them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like we don't follow the consensus of everybody else.
Because we're watching it. And I feel like people are watching it. Again, it's hard to watch things and not have the nostalgic factor into it. I kind of like pushed away and having nostalgic factor, seeing that Mighty Morphin's going down and down in my list at times, and like just trying to keep things in simple and actually going by to what they're writing in the story that they're giving us. Things change.
This being the second time around, after listening to the first cast, there's so much I disagree with myself. Yeah. With what I said. Yeah. Because now I see it in a different light. That was my first time around, and I never even attempted to watch that growing up. So now, knowing what it is, like I can have a real opinion on it. Yeah. Zanaku, hands down, steals the show.
Yeah, 100%.
His story, everything about him, the way it's filmed. Yeah. His movement, his fighting. His bruteness.
This is something I told you while we were watching this. Like, I can't wait to see him in the fucking Sentai.
He's probably going to be so... I just hope, and this is where Sentai sometimes fails with me, it's the voice. The voice. That voice needs to be on point. Yeah. I don't want to hear no high-pitched Japanese guy.
Nah, I think he's going to have like a ninja kind of voice.
He better be like Urukusaki.
Because what
You know
I got
mean?
from him, the vibe I got from him watching him in WildForce, he was like a very ninja-esque character.
If I get like a somewhere near like a Splinter voice would be good. You know what I mean? Because that would work.
I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with Zanaku.
I hope there's so much more too.
Yeah, me too.
Because America doesn't utilize the footage as much as they should.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think the only one that did was Time Force.
Mm-hmm.
Time Force utilized a lot.
I think
they followed the path of it. You know
I think
what I mean?
honestly, if you go back to a lot of the series, I think Time Force used the most footage of what I've known.
Yeah, no, from what I can recall
And
at
the
this moment in time.
hand to hand, like the storyline.
Yeah, verbatim. It was like episode was literally it could be scripted just in American.
Exactly. So this one, I'm actually like watching this. At least it makes me interested and more like excited to go to the Sentai and see what we're gonna get from that.
I also don't want anything to overpower this Zanaku.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't want him to be so badass that it makes this Zanaku like. I want this Zanaku to be on a pedestal because he deserves it.
Well, he is going to be on a pedestal in the American one 100%.
But imagine they blow it.
Yeah.
Imagine they fucking take Zanaku and I'm just like, and that would be the only thing that America has on that.
In space.
I don't want to jinx myself. I'm knocking on wood now on that one.
In space and this guy.
Darkonder, which I was very upset with.
Yeah.
Because he was so much better in America. Yeah. Same thing with Ecliptor.
Yeah.
Ecliptor was better in America than he was over there.
Yeah.
But it was more the voice. It really makes a difference, the voice. You need to have dominance.
I feel it was the voice and the characteristics of the character. Like, I felt like, again, him being with Astronomer and being his protector and things like that made his storyline more interesting.
The whole story of Zanaku is... The power comes from an evil mask.
Yeah.
It has... And the fact that he's a wolf, you have to be the alpha dog in it. You have to play the part and sound the part. And I have faith.
Yeah.
I have more faith in Sentai than I ever have.
Yeah. I think they're gonna do a good job.
Especially with last season's coming in at fucking number 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I have hope of what they do with Zanaku. I have a feeling we're gonna get a good Zanaku out of there, but I have a feeling like it's just what they did in America and how they just let him be the badass he is in that sense. I think we're still going to be more keen on the American one just because he was the best thing out of the series. So
he definitely was.
It's more like, fuck, he was the best thing out of it, though. But yeah, he's the best villain, like, hands down in the series. Honestly, I could have used him more throughout the series.
He was probably the only thing I didn't mind having a horn.
But he did have a long like storyline.
Yeah, it was like a good 6 episodes in a row where he was in, and then he was gone. Yeah. And then he just appeared again. Yeah. And I was actually very sad when they beat him, man. Yeah. I was so sad about it. I was like, no, because he was free. Yeah. He give a quick synopsis of what it was. Now Merrick, he did 3,000 years ago. He didn't know how to protect, so what he did was. He went and seeked out this evil mask. So what the evil mask did, it binded him. And I said this in our original cast. It was like the mask. Yeah. It was just like it, where you pop it on and you have no control over it. You know, Merrick tried to have control over it, but Zanaku was the soul of the mask. Just like Loki is the soul of the mask in the movie The Mask. Yeah. God of Mischief. So he couldn't control it anymore, so they had to banish him and trap him inside this thing. Yeah. The stone monument kind of thing. And when they freed him, Zanaku, who probably sat there for 3,000 years, just came out and just busted ass. Yeah. Like, I'm taking names. But as soon as Merrick came back, because now it changes with the cycle of the moon, he realized what was going on, and then they found a way to separate the two. Yeah. So then we got the Lunar Wolf out of that. Yeah. Which I was happy that he stayed a ranger. Yeah. He had because they were talking about a 6th ranger in the episodes before this even happened. Yeah. So it was like, it was cool. And his helmet is one of the most badass helmets it was cool. In the show as well. We didn't really talk
one of the first
double
tone, like, it was a full double tone suit too.
And it was like, it ushered in, to me, that's like what Doggy looks like later. You know what I mean? Like, they had to have been related in some sense, in some way. But now, because of the separation, Zanaku, which is sort of a spirit,
Yeah.
was free.
Yeah.
And got to roam itself, and that was just Clash of the Titans right there, man. Like I loved it.
I wish it was just longer. I wish his
because he should have been the badass, the bad guy the whole movie.
Yeah. So usually we go to the episodes, and one thing I'm gonna highlight on this series was episode 10 to 16. 10 to 16 was the whole story of Zanaku, and from that story online, that was probably one of the best ones. And then the Unfinished Business, which was episode 27. That's when Zanaku returns.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty badass episode as well.
I'm not too savvy with. I can name a couple of episodes. I don't know exactly what numbers that probably resonate with me.
Yeah.
But a lot of the show sucked to me.
Yeah.
There was some cool stuff here and there. I hated every single episode that had to deal with that damn kid Kite. So that's half the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I liked when they really knocked Master Orb out the picture. Yeah. I liked that episode because they shamed him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Cole chose the higher route instead of destroying him, forgave him for killing his parents.
Yeah.
And then left him in his own squander. You know what I mean? Like I like that. I like that story. That was good writing.
I liked the team ups. We had two team ups.
Yes.
We had the Time Force team up, which I thought it was cool.
My favorite part of the Time Force team up is the Quantum Ranger trying to holler at the Yellow Ranger. I felt like they would have ended up like a couple together, and that would have been awesome for him. Yeah. Because he didn't have that in Time Force.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought that was really
there
cool.
was too much alike, and he was going to give her he gave her a ticket too.
I'm happy we got to see what's her face again? Jen?
Yeah.
She looked very Tomb Raider-ish.
Yeah, because she was like a cave dweller.
She came out busting ass. Yeah. But now there is a flaw in that because when Rancid came back, she was like overly heated and mad about it. When in the show, they like squashed all the beef.
Yeah, you know what? I think there's story into that we were supposed to get and we never got, and why she's probably mad at it, but. Again, Rancid was supposed to be like a changed man after that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, because he gave up everything for his
daughter. Or
she
forgot.
He gave up everything for his daughter. You know what I mean? And then what's his face ended up with her.
Yeah.
And it like the team up was cool, and I like the fact that Rancid actually became human.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I really enjoyed that.
So that was episode 24, 25, future reinforcement from the future.
I just feel bad that West never got the booty, man.
Then we get this epic 10-year anniversary episode, which is the Forever Red episode, which teams up all the Red Rangers of the 10 years. We have Cole, we have Carter, Tommy, Jason, TJ, Andros, Alien, Red Ranger, Leo,
Quantum Ranger,
Wes, and the Quantum.
Yeah, I forget his name for some reason.
I always forget his name too, and I
don't understand. Eric. His name's Eric.
Eric. And Eric. Well, we get all those Red Rangers teaming up against the Beetleborg.
Yeah. Oh my God, man! That's all I kept thinking about the entire time. Like they
fought the big bad Beetleborgs,
and they brought back
Terra.
Well, they brought back the Machine Empire.
Yeah.
Which King Mondo was dead at the time.
And they did it for King Mondo.
Remember the Sentai Mondo, though? That shit was so crazy.
So this is my big issue with this whole thing.
I've been waiting for this because you've been telling me.
So my big issue, first of all, Andros' wig is terrible as fuck.
Because he cut his hair off.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. That wig was terrible. 2, how the fuck they breathing on the moon?
Yeah, no, literally Cole was the only one on the moon without a suit.
Yeah.
Everybody else had a suit on.
Yeah.
He's standing there like, oh.
Yeah, like how they blew? No, they were in the fucking. They went into the Harrier. They were inside the Astro. They flew there.
I mean,
outside the suit.
I thought the same thing.
And they morphed in the moon.
That was horrible.
So that was my own thing. Like, how the fuck they breathe?
But some of the scenes was dope. Like,
it was cool.
I was happy to see the morphing sequences again.
Yeah.
You know
and they kept it old school too.
Yeah, but you got to see like the transition through time of the Red Ranger morph.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, I think the best morphin sequence of all the Red Rangers was actually Carter. I think Carter's morphin sequence was fucking awesome.
Lightspeed?
what was he?
Lightspeed Rescue,
yeah,
Red Ranger.
I thought because watching it, it going out and like coming back in, I thought that was probably the best morphing.
I liked a lot. I like
because Jason's it was a different voice. It was an updated voice.
Yeah.
Tommy didn't say 01.
Yeah.
TJ wasn't a Red Ranger anymore. He was a Blue Ranger.
No, but
they got rid of that. That power was gone.
No, he still had it because you remember he got the car back too.
Well, the cars were in a separate episode.
Yeah, he saved the
That's
car.
When TJ
he got his car back.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he had the power.
None of these had the power, but they somehow got their power. So there's a lot of things to explain. The only one that honestly kept his power after this was Andros.
Yeah, Andros
was the only one
continued on.
that had power, no matter what.
He continued on. Carter's was gone. Well, and the alien.
Yeah.
But the alien didn't have a morphin sequence.
No, he didn't. He just like, hi, I'm here.
TJ's was didn't work.
Yeah.
Jason's is gone.
Yeah.
Zeo's is gone.
Yeah.
There is no Zeo power whatsoever with the
but you know what?
Of the
We don't even know if Jason, because they cloned cloned the power. It wasn't a separate power.
But now I'm also thinking into that future episode that we're gonna have with Adam. With the broken morpher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is an awesome episode.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm going. So now this is me knowing the future.
But the thing is with Adam, they had the command center blown up on them. Yeah. As in Jason,
the Crystal was gone.
Jason was gone. Jason, Zach, and Trini. You would think they still had their coins because they left with their coins. They didn't give up their coin. They cloned the coin. They made copies of the coin.
Well, Jason left. He had no power, and then he came back as
the gold. No, so if you actually really think about it, when they did the power transfer, it was a power transfer. It was not like they kept their coins, so they had the power coin.
There's no power in the coin.
That
shit went to Rocky.
Yes, I don't know how to explain it. But,
I'm so happy they left him out.
It's good, funny.
I'm so happy they left his ass out.
They're like, fuck that dude.
I thought about that, dude. I'm like, yo, who's missing it? The worst Red Ranger of all.
Yeah, because you had the original one anyway. Too bad. I'm glad that Jason was able to do this then.
One major thing that really sucked about the episode was Serpentera.
Serpentera being the CGI, and it was a really bad CGI too.
God, man, that looked like Sims Power Rangers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and all you had to do was just reuse some of the. All they did was in the beginning when they showed what the Serpentera was. Yeah. You got that image again, and now I was spoiled with with Dire Ranger. Yeah. And that storyline of what Serpentera really is like a Galactus, which is not a Zord, it's a being of its own self. Yeah. So like anything that taps into that to me is just an automatic fail.
Yeah, and then also the fact that they had footage of him standing straight up, and they had footage of him standing tall, and
then it goes to like flying. Being gray and so stupid.
It was weird.
And the way Cole did it, like I can understand him being like the rookie and stuff like that, and then them coaching him through it, but like he was so gung ho, I'll do anything to protect the planet. Yeah. Like, motherfucker, you were just living in the jungle 2 seconds ago. He paddleboarded his way. Yeah. It was like Castaway. He paddleboarded his way back. You know what I mean? I
liked the scenes. I liked the fight scenes. I thought like the Rangers teaming up were cool.
That kick that Zeo Ranger 1 did. Yeah. You know what I mean? That was dope. I like that. I'd like to see Tommy and Jason back together. Yeah. And like being cool and stuff like that. I know they were left off fine in Zeo and stuff like that, but the end scene at the end when Cole was like, oh, he really is the greatest Ranger ever, and they were all trying to justify why they were better than him. Yeah. Which Andros, everybody had better shit too. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, Andros is like, I saved 2 planets. Yeah. I saved you. He saved 1.
I'm no offense though. Andros gets all the credit because he killed Zordon.
Yeah. Well, hell yeah. I mean, you know what I mean. But then again, killing Zordon, none of this shit actually happened.
That is true.
If you really want to get technical in the lore of Power Rangers, second they killed Zordon, there is no Machine Empire. Yeah. There is no any of that.
Well, there's some
but
things.
Andros will forever be up there on the top list just simply for that, and also just being the natural badass that he is. You know
I'll put this in the air and like that. I was not a big fan of Tommy as a Red Ranger. I was never crazy about him as a Red Ranger.
I just like Tommy.
Yeah, but like as a Red Ranger, I never thought he was a great Red Ranger.
You know what I mean? Like,
because during that time, he was just like, I'm gonna go race this car. I got shit to do. I got a class to teach.
Oh yeah, well that was Turbo. But TJ was a better Blue Ranger.
Yeah.
Tommy's a better Green Ranger, White Ranger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But yeah.
I think he was better Red than he was Black in Dino.
Well, he was more of a mentor in Dino, so I'll give him.
He was stuck in a suit for half the fucking season.
Because he wasn't in the season.
But like the ending part of it, I thought was funny. You know what I mean? He's like Jason was like, yeah, well, I was doing all the work while he was sitting there trying, kissing on Kimberly. You know what I mean? Like it's just stupid little stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I thought that was that was clever and a nod to them all.
For what it was a great it was a great way to.
It was a great attempt.
It was a great attempt to say like happy birthday, happy 10 years of Power Rangers, to see all these faces back and getting everyone back like that was actually cool, because that was the first time they did that.
I think the next coolest episode like that is the 500th episode, when they show the whole history of everything.
Yeah.
In Dino Charge, right?
Dino Thunder. Yeah, that was a cool one.
I always get those mixed up.
Yeah, that was a cool one. And then I liked I think this is the only thing I liked of Operation Overdrive, is the Once a Ranger episode.
Yeah.
With Adam coming back with this all-star
Operation
team.
Overdrive overall just sucked.
Yeah, that's like the best episode to me on there. Then when Adam brings back the team,
and then the legendary battle, and then
no, it's not that good.
The legendary battle wasn't bad. It's just you brought them all back.
Yeah, I feel like we get cheated out of the good team ups. Like, I feel like when we actually get the chance to watch some of these team ups and the like part of the Sentai and stuff like that, I think we're gonna see more of a long story, a building story and things like that.
But there was always
they rushed it too much.
And all the team ups always end up in Sentai being movies, and that we can't even get access to.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, yeah. So that was one of the big highlights of the Red Ranger stuff, and I was cool with that. I'll say the last 3 episodes were strong. They were good, but my big thing is I felt it was extremely rushed.
Yeah.
They went right into the finish and things like that. There was no really, like, I didn't feel like they were losing. And this is a big thing that I have throughout a lot of these series, is there's no emphasis of loss. And you don't feel like they're losing and things like that.
Except for at the one end when they had no power whatsoever.
That was the only thing I liked.
They stood up to him.
Yeah.
Like, those last 2 episodes, which there's an episode before that I liked, and that's when, what's his face, brings back Toxica.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was cool. Like, he literally dragged her out of hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and
fished her out of hell.
Yeah, well, she got suckered into.
Oh, the funny shit is the episode's called "Fishing for a Friend."
Yeah, no, it definitely is. But like, the whole way that she ended up dying, because she basically died.
Yeah.
Was she got tricked into chopping off her helmet? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that whole scene was cool.
Yeah.
That whole episode was cool. Everything with Zanaku. The last 2 the 39th episode, the first battle scene with Master Org in his true form.
Yeah.
The way they filmed that
was cool.
I thought it was very cinematic. It was filmed so good, and it was to the point that I wish the entire show was kind of filmed like that. If that was filmed like that the entire time, this would be one of the greats.
Yeah, that was good. That was a really cool battle scene.
It was so, like, you saw them get blown to the side.
And he was like doing some Dragon Ball Z shit.
Like, bro, it was crazy. Like, there was true power there. Like, you felt that is Master Org, because Master Org was pretending to be Master Org the entire time. Yeah. This was the one.
The master.
Which it was the guy, but he ate the heart of the Orgs. Yeah. In order to become that. Yeah. So technically Master Org came back to life through him.
Yeah. That was so nasty too.
Yeah, but at the same time, destroying his body did nothing. You had to destroy the heart.
Yeah.
Which I thought was cool. I thought all that was cool. I just hated the last episode when all these animals come and it's just like creatures that we never even known. I liked the concept of it.
Yeah.
The Zords are coming to save us.
Yeah.
instead of we using the Zords to save everybody.
Yeah.
They came to save the Rangers to help save everything else. I like that.
Yeah.
The last 2 episodes, to me, made the show bearable.
Yeah.
But it took me 38 episodes to get there. But everything with Zanaku and stuff like that, that was
a
good.
strong point of the show.
Everything besides Zanaku, in the end, I can live without.
Yeah.
They were filler episodes to me.
Yeah.
I hated everything with Merrick and that pool hall thing.
Yeah.
I thought that was dumb.
Yeah.
I can find the little things that I like, but it's not enough for me to make this a good show.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's our little verdict of Power Ranger WildForce. If you had to give this 1 to 5 rating, what you would give it?
See, I give Zanaku a 4. I give
gets a 4.
I give Zanaku a 4, but I give the show like a 2, 3.
2. That's a fair score.
You know what I mean? Like it's not. It will never weigh heavy in the lore of best shows of Power Rangers. But sometimes you need crap to make the other things better.
Yeah.
You appreciate. I appreciate space. 10 times more.
Yeah.
I even appreciate Turbo more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even the dumb things with the monkeys and Balkan Skull, which we got to see Balkan Skull
again
in this.
Yes, I was excited.
Which makes no sense.
Yeah.
Because if you know Lost Galaxy, you know that Bulk left.
Yeah.
He's light years away, and Skull stayed at home.
Yeah.
And what they were doing was serving Tommy. What was Tommy doing?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Tommy basically had them, they were like his little bitches.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He became the
They're
little
like,
bitches.
should we even bother him? You know?
Yeah, so
I would definitely be a 2.
I'm gonna give it a 2. Zanaku was strong.
Zanaku is the best.
The Rangers
part.
were good. The suits were cool, but there was a lot of things that they could have been better with the storyline and whatnot.
Suits, Zanaku, and the last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
That is it. Princess Shayla sucked. Horrible mentor. She's just as useless as Zordon.
Yeah.
She's just as useless as Diva Tox's sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget her name. That's how dumb. Demetria.
Yeah.
Just as dumb. That's literally her. She could have been Demetria.
Yeah, she could have.
She didn't talk in tongues. She fucking sang.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess we'll wrap this up. This is the MorphinCast. This is our verdict of Power Rangers WildForce. Our next episode will be back into Super Sentai world with Gaio Ranger.
I am very happy to get I'm so happy to go back into something that I'm actually anticipating because I know anything could be better than this.
I'm very interested in seeing it. I may have watched the first 2 episodes already and just to see where things were at, and there's some similarities to it. Yeah, that's what will go be our next the MorphinCast. We'll be also looking at Beast Morphers soon because this full season should be on Netflix next month. So we're probably going to do that after the Sentai.
Which is cool. It'd be like, because this was, 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a good
because then after that, it would be Ninja Storm.
Get something fresh that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
I know you've seen some episodes of it.
Yeah, I watched some.
I haven't seen a single episode. My niece loves it.
Yeah.
So if my niece loves it, I'm willing to do it because it'll give us something to talk about.
So, so we'll have Gao Ranger next, and then we have, if Beast Morphers is up, we'll be doing Beast Morphers after that. And then after that will be Ninja Storm, which I'm actually excited to see, watch as well.
I'm going to be sad the whole time, though, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he passed,
He killed himself.
Puma.
So, Pua.
Yeah.
So sad.
Yeah.
But Ninja Storm is your SPD.
Yeah.
Ninja Storm is that for me.
Ninja Storm is my top 5.
Oh, hands down.
100%.
You cannot deny that. I'm interested to see the Sentai of that.
Me too.
I sort of want Sentai to fail on that one. I want SPD to win, and I want Ninja Storm to win.
Yeah,
because Sentai has been kicking the shit out of us.
Yeah, right now Sentai is winning 10-1.
Oh well, we're on 10. We did
10.
Jetman.
Well, Jetman
doesn't count.
So it'll be 9-1 right now.
There's no counterpart to it,
and we haven't watched the counterpart to this one yet. So
yeah.
So it's like 8-1.
8-1. And the only one that was better?
Space. Which is my top one right now.
It's your favorite one?
Right now.
I'm interested to see where this goes.
So, definitely check us out on all our social medias. We are on Spotify, Red Cyclone Inc. Follow Red Cyclone Inc. on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, SoundCloud, and
Twitch.
Twitch, Twitch they don't have one. And then in Spotify, all Red Cyclone Inc.
I don't Twitch, so I don't know.
Follow Merc with the Mic on Tumblr, Twitter, Twitch TV, YouTube, SoundCloud, all Merc with the Mic. Follow also our Instagram page, Merc with the Mic, and
you can follow me on
Battle the Greats.
Debate the Greats, which is a music, the rock and roll debate page, sort of similar to what the hip hop world is doing with Versus. Every day is a new topic. Do it 4 or 5 days a week. Hopefully, in the future, I can branch off into a Red Cyclone Inc. brand of music podcast where we do type of things. Thoughts, something in the air to branch off onto other things, bring different content to everybody.
Yep.
You can also follow me on Twitter at TenaciousTRNC Inc.
Yep.
Please, somebody follow me on that because I don't have really any followers. You can come and check me out at Grand Central if you're not busy one night and feel like stretching your legs during this pandemic. Wear a mask and come and holler at me at Grand Central. Always a shout out to Game On, retro video game store based out on Long Island. One location in Smithtown, one location in Miller Place. Satisfying all your retro video game needs from Atari 2600 to PlayStation 3. Probably more dominant into that, but as we get into the new, PlayStation 5 and the new generation of Xbox, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One would probably be more at hand, but this is everything from basically PlayStation down. Handhelds, Game Gears, Nomads, cards, everything. They got arcade games. They got the Simpsons arcade game in there right now. You don't even need to go in there and buy anything. You can go in there and just play some video games and talk to Tristan and Jay, who are two of my favorite people in the world. So shouts out to them.
All right. Shout outs to Red Cyclone Inc. Shout outs to Mike. He's the one that makes these podcasts sound all pretty and all. And shout outs to Jerry for Drugs and Demons.
Check him out on his Instagram page of Mind of an Artist.
There you go.
I know there's underscores somewhere in there, but he just came out with his own clothing line called Drugs and Demons.
Yep.
Very talented artist. We're trying to cook some things up with him.
Yeah,
in
he
the
may
future.
be doing our signs for most of the podcasts.
He's currently working on my logo.
Yeah.
Has not finished it yet, but the man is a busy man, so I completely understand and agree with that. Shouts out to the Max, my man Ray Sean.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Sal the Drunk Yeti, which is
the Drunk Yeti time now.
Yeti time now. Go and check him out on Twitch.
Yeah.
Check out Jackie's Twitch page.
And Bird Chariot. Yep. Follow all that. Definitely check everything out and subscribe, share, and also make sure you follow us on Spotify. That's actually really helping us a lot. And we have a lot of things in the future. I'll talk about that later on other podcasts. So we do our weekly one, It Gets Better I Swear, and the Wrestling Babble. Tomorrow we also have the Not a Trekkie, Game of Rage, Show Shock, and and the MorphinCast. So follow everything. Like, subscribe, share with your friends.
Tell us to go fuck ourselves. I don't care.
Yeah. And always remember,
fuck Zord.